Good evening everyone and welcome to Gundam News. And unfortunately, we're starting this video with some sad news. It was confirmed that Kozo Shioya passed away on the 20th at just 70 years old. In Gundam, he's famous for voicing Roberto from Zeta Gundam and Mondo from Double Zeta Gundam, and outside of Gundam, he's famous for voicing Boo from Dragon Ball Z. He will be missed. Better news then, of course, comes to us from Hathaway's Flash, because around the time this video goes live, Hathaway's Flash, The Sorcery of Nym Cersei, should go in premiere. And alongside that, we of course got some more news surrounding the movie. They revealed the back cover for Senrin's Lost and Found single. Until February the 1st, Shinjuku Station is getting a lot of Cersei advertisements. They showed us how Bright and Mirai will look in the movie, and they announced that at the Aeon Cinema in Makuhari and at the Movik Cinema in Sakai, the movie will be shown with concert-grade audio equipment on certain dates. In Makuhari, it is February the 7th, 10th, and 11th, and in Sakai, it is on February the 21st, 24th, and 27th. And we also got some news from the Sapporo Snow Festival, where we will be getting a giant Zai Gundam snow statue. From February the 2nd, 2026 until January 31st, 2027, they'll have a Gundam-wrapped streetcar. From February the 4th until February the 11th, 2026 this time, they'll have a digital stamp rally where you can get a novelty tote bag, and they also announced some of the merchandise they'll be selling. Some of which is definitely the same as last year, like the Yoitomake Char and Amuro version, and Char Zaku Peppermint Oil. Other things you'll be able to get are a 3-pack of Char's Co-op Guarana, Kirin's Ehire, which is dried and grilled stingray, Gundam biscuits, and Gundam peppermint candies. I could definitely use some of those right now. And we also got some news from Iron-Blooded Orphans. We got some brand new artwork for the Tekka Festival, which is the 10th anniversary event for Iron-Blooded Orphans. It features the main cast in some really fancy clothes, and of course, they immediately announced some merchandise with this new art. You can get them on acrylic stands, stickers, can badges, clear cards, and a clear file. Plus, they also made some other new art for the Tekka Festival, which is based on a famous Japanese meme called Gemba Neko. And the coolest thing is that the Iron-Blooded Orphans versions are actually drawn by the original artist of Gemba Neko, who is called Kumamine. And these memes will be available on clear cards, trading stickers, mini acrylic stands, and a clear file. And on top of all of that, there's also a pamphlet, a sign light, a Tekka Festival face towel, and a Tekka Festival t-shirt. Or, from February the 5th until March the 3rd, you can visit the Iron-Blooded Orphans Animate Café collaboration in Ikebukuro. To eat, you can get a bag of Sakura Farm popcorn, which you can then wash down with Mika's lemon drink, Orga's violet soda, Sakura Farm corn soup, Tekadon's red grape drink, McGillis's hot chocolate, or Gallerhorn's grape lychee drink. And for every item you order, you'll also get one of 9 random coasters. As for the merchandise, you've got clear blocks featuring screenshots from the anime, random mini acrylic stands featuring the new artwork made for this collaboration, and a sticker set with screenshots from the anime featuring famous quotes, including Orga's famous Tomorunja Nezo, which was absolutely everywhere 10 years ago. How time flies. For the Gunpla news then, Bandai announced that from March the 7th until the 22nd, the Gundam-based Popup World Tour will be hitting Vancouver, with a lot of limited Gunpla in tow. And then the previously announced high-grade Red Gundam Expansion Set has gone up for pre-order. It can be yours in April for 2,200 yen, 14 US, and comes with 4 bits, 2 pieces to display 3 bits together, a display base set for those bits, 2 open hands, a Hyper Bazooka, a Zaku Bazooka, and a special Beam Saber Blade effect part to replicate the anime. In short, it comes with everything you need to kit out your Red Gundam. Over at the action figures then, things were equally red, with a teaser for the Metal Robot Spirits Sazabi, although more details are yet to be announced here. Starting today then, until March the 23rd, is the Grand Heroes Crossover Fest at the Tamashii Nation store in Tokyo. At this exhibition, a lot of action figures will be displayed, including Gundam. Meanwhile, on the gaming front then, in Gundam Battle Operation 2 for the PlayStation, the Hazensley 2 Raw has joined the fray, while on Steam the Neo Gundam has become available. In the global version of UC Engage, there is a super limited unit assembly for the UR Haman Khan and her UR Kublai, as well as a clan battle event, and a trailer for the upcoming Moon Gundam story event called the Unforgivable One, which I will of course have linked down below. In as the Gundam G Generation Eternal, they're counting down to the upcoming release of Gundam X content, which includes the Generation Tower West, and we also got a bunch of Arsenal-based news. On the 23rd, 4 Squad Season 6 FQ boosters went up for sale, giving us a total of 35 new cards to collect, which focus mainly on Char's Counterattack and Gundam 00, with the flagship cards being Char Aznable and the Sazabi, Amuro Ray and the New Gundam, Mr. Bushido and the Masurao, and Luis Halvey and the Regnant. And then on the 26th, even more cards became available as the game transitioned from 4 Squad Season 6 to Wave Echoes Season 1. And I'm just going to assume that this name is meant as a combination of Wave and Echoes, rather than being like WAV Echoes or Wave Echoes? Wave Echoes it is. The main focus of this new first season will be Gundam Seed Freedom and GQuuuuuX, as you could definitely tell by the promotional video. And the new theme song is Stella by Flo. And on the same day, pre-orders went live for the Arsenal Base 4th anniversary set. It can be yours in June for 9,900 yen, 65 US, and comes with a leather card case, an acrylic card stand, and 9 4th anniversary mobile suit cards. There is the Strike Freedom Type 2, the Mighty Strike Freedom, the Barfloops Rex, the Unicorn Gundam Awakened, the GQuuuuuX Endymion Unit Awakened, the Wing Gundam Zero Endless Waltz version, and the Zai Gundam. And in other news, they showed us the cover art of both the limited Blu-ray package and the discless package of GQuuuuuX's second volume, both of which will be releasing on February 25th. As for the things you could get this week then, we started strong on the 26th with 2 new Gachapon sets spreading across Gachapon machines in Japan. First up, for 400 yen a spin, 3 US, you could go for the Narabundesu Zaku set, which is a set of Zakus that are designed to be displayed next to each other. We've got a standard Zaku 2 with a machine gun, a standard Zaku 2 with a machine gun and leg-mounted missile launchers, a standard Zaku with a Zaku bazooka, Char Zaku 2 with a Zaku bazooka, and a Commander-type Zaku 2 with a machine gun and pointing finger, which really reminds me of that one Zaku from the 3rd Compilation movie. The one that's like gesturing to his subordinate to go out and fight, while he himself retreats to safety. Or, at least he thinks he's retreating to safety, but then a stray missile flies on screen and hits him while he is retreating, killing him. For 500 yen a spin then, 3 US, there is the 3rd volume of Mobile Suit Ensemble, featuring a clash between the past and the present, because we've got the RX-72 Gundam, anime color version, Char Zaku 2, the G-Fighter, the White Gundam, and an option set with a little bit for everyone. We've got 2 shields, a Hyper Bazooka, and a Beam Saber for the RX-72, 2 Sturmfausts, 2 leg-mounted missile launchers, and a Heat Hawk for Char Zaku, and a shield for the White Gundam. Or, for 715 yen each, 5 US, you could go for the 11th volume of Mobility Joint Gundam, which has a little bit of an overlap with that Ensemble set, because here you could also get the RX-72 Gundam and the G-Fighter, which can then be combined into various combinations. But rather than getting them as like 2 separate figures, here they're actually split up into 3 sets. There is the G-Sky, the G-Bull, and then an X part set, which comes with the remaining parts to make a full RX-78-2 Gundam. The other sets then are the RX-78-1 Prototype Gundam, the Dom, X parts for the Dom with a giant bazooka, beam bazooka, and parts to turn it into a rig Dom, Char's Gelgook, and X parts for Char's Gelgook with a beam Naginata, shield, high mobility backpack, and cannon backpack. And for something to snack on while you're playing with all of these sets, you could get the original SD Gundam Snack number 2. One package will set you back 171 yen, around $1, and it comes with umami salt flavored chips and one of 33 different SD Gundam stickers. 7 of them are holographic and 1 of them is secret. Also, on the back of each sticker, there's like a little comic. And from the 27th until February the 9th, you can wash down these chips with some Kirin beers. At 7-Elevens across Japan, people buying 2 Kirin beers can grab either a sticker of Hathaway or Kenneth. Each store will get 10 of each, and the campaign runs until they run out of stickers. Next up on the 28th then, we began with some nostalgic things. For 9,680 yen, 63 US, you could get the Emotion Big Jacket Collection version of the OG Gundam compilation movies. The Blu-ray included with this release is just the normal standard Blu-ray you could have gotten previously, but the packaging is now made to be more nostalgic, and I'm assuming they're trying to go for like a Blu-ray, for like a Laserdisc inspired design here. For 9,900 yen, then 65 US, there was the GQuuuuuX soundtrack selection analog version. And here, it is not just the packaging that looks retro, it does actually include the soundtrack on 2 LPs. But they're not just any old LPs. They're transparent green with a bunch of different sparkles on them, like clearly evoking the feel of the Kira Kira that was so important throughout the series. And staying with GQuuuuuX, on the same day, the first 4 episodes of GQuuuuuX have become available on Blu-ray and DVD. The DVD set goes for just 6,600 yen, 43 US, and comes with a bonus booklet and a few bonus videos, but the Blu-ray set does come with a lot more. And it also costs a lot more. For a whopping 19,800 yen, 129 US, the special limited edition comes with all of the bonus stuff from the DVD set, as well as a 472-page book with storyboards, a drama CD containing a brand new story, and cast talks. And finally on the 30th, which is like today by the time this video goes live, we're getting some more Hathaway's Flash things, of course to coincide with the release of Cersei. Until February the 26th, you'll be able to get an oolong tea from Suntory vending machines with 1 of 7 random Cersei designs on it. It'll cost you 800 yen, 5 US, and the cool thing is that these labels can be easily removed from the can and can then be used as stickers. And then until April the 5th, a Cersei pop-up store will be appearing at the Bandai Namco Cross Store Magnet by Shibuya 109 and at the Bandai Namco Cross Spot in 48 Aeon Cinemas. Each store will carry square can badges for 770 yen each, 5 US, acrylic stands for 1,650 yen each, 11 US, acrylic keychains with famous quotes for 990 yen each, 6 US, and character acrylic keychains for 1,100 yen, 7 US. Plus, at the Shibuya 109 store, there's also a lottery thing where for 700 yen, 5 US, you can win either a random illustration sheet, a random acrylic keychain, or an acrylic panel, which is like the main prize to win. And then for every 2,000 yen you spend, you'll get 1 of 7 random visual sheets. For this week's reading material then, there was the February issue of Famitsu, featuring a special on the sorcery of named Cersei, the March issue of Shonen Sunday Special, in which Gundam Aggressor is being serialized, and the March issue of Gundam Ace, in which a bunch of series are being serialized. Plus, it has a special on Cersei, and a Hathaway B5 clear file, illustrated by Haruhiko Mikimoto. We also got 2 new tankobon releases, being Volume 3 and 4 of the new edition of The Plot to Assassinate Kirin, both of which come with some brand new cover illustration art. And finally, there was the Gunpla Perfect Master Book, a book that summarizes Gunpla's 45-year history and goes over some of the most important technological innovations that they've had over the years. For example, system injection molding and snap fit. It also has a B3 poster of the new Gundam and images of a hangar and space, which can be useful for displaying your Gunpla. So, truly the perfect Gunpla book. For the apparel news then, Bankote kicked things off with some Gundam Side F limited t-shirts. They became available on the 26th, and for 4,400 yen, 29 US, you can choose between a white t-shirt with Amuro or a black t-shirt with the new Gundam, and both of them have famous quotes on them, but now written in the Fukuoka dialect. For the online stuff then, we first turn to Iron-Blooded Orphans. Shipping out in March are these SD acrylic stands that you can gacha for 808 yen a pull, 6 US. And shipping out in April is some merchandise featuring the 10th anniversary illustration. You can get it on an acrylic stand for 1,650 yen, 11 US, an acrylic keychain for 880 yen, 6 US, and a tapestry for 3,300 yen, 22 US. And last but not least, from GQuuuuuX, we're getting a replica of Machu's backpack. It goes for 14,300 yen, 93 US, and it can be yours in June. And that has been all for this week's Gundam news, and I really hope that it didn't sound too off throughout the video, because I've been dealing with a pretty nasty cold the past few days. Fortunately, I am definitely feeling a lot better today than I was in, yesterday or the day before yesterday. But so, as always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I hope everyone watching has a great evening, and I'll see you all next week with more Gundam news.